Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your end of August 2023 General Tarot Updates. It's Raina here. So I had to do yours next because obviously the sun goes into um, Virgo during the end of August. And after I did Leo, I was like, okay, let's do Virgo. So let's see what's going on here. Gosh, I keep getting this card. And that's, we have we're in the second half of August. Not only are we still dealing with a Venus retrograde, which I think is why I keep getting that Two of Cups, because it can be a card of reunion and commitment, forgiveness, but that reunion really jumps out at me. But also, we're going to be having a Mercury retrograde. I believe it begins on the 21st, or maybe the 22nd, the day that the sun goes into the sign that is ruled by Mercury, Virgo. Okay, oops. I'm going to have to take these bad boys to the side here. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Two of Cups. And this card is about committing to someone, maybe going back to someone, or at least considering going back, which is part of that retrograde energy, although it can be an internalized process. It's not necessarily even something that you're working with on the surface, but kind of within. And some of that has to do with issues such as forgiveness, because sometimes people do get back together and it's a good thing. It's not something that is dysfunctional. And one or both parties had to forgive an incident, or maybe more than one thing that happened, because maybe they were in a bad place when it occurred, and maybe they were immature if a long time has gone by. This is also the card of just commitment itself. So a person who is used to being on their own and they feel like committing equals losing freedom, which, there's something to be said about that. I was going to say, if you're a Virgo with the moon in Sagittarius, you might really feel that way, or Aries, or some other freedom-loving sign, maybe Gemini, because I have the sun in Sag and the moon in Virgo, so I have the opposite of that. And those issues of freedom that Sagittarius represents can certainly come into play. In the past position, we have the Four of Wands, which can be marriage. This is a card of marriage. So but it's important to note that it doesn't mean that a marriage has occurred. The talk of marriage, the thought of marriage, that might be what is going on for the individual or individuals. And in order to take the relationship to that serious level, which is supposed to be, I would think, at least theoretically, a permanent relationship, it takes time to get to that point. So, yeah. And the other thing too is, if the person has, I feel with some of these cards that you might have gone into a relationship very enthusiastically, and now either you have separated, or maybe that person did break the bond between the two of you through cheating or something like that, and you're contemplating, should I go back with them? You may still have love for that person, but you don't want to get burned. What crosses you is the moon card. Actually, in astrology, the moon rules the sign of Cancer. In the tarot, it's connected to Pisces, which is your opposite sign. So this can be a situation of deception where someone is pulling the wool over your eyes. You might be helping them to pull the wool over your eyes if you're not questioning things, if you're just kind of going along with the program. So there's always that possibility. But the bottom line is that, so it could be like an actual Pisces individual, but Pisces being ruled by Neptune does speak of deception. So the person may be, sometimes I do think of Virgo as having certain Piscean traits, and maybe if you lie to yourself, that's an example of that. Or maybe you have the moon in Pisces, and yeah, literally the moon in Pisces, and that is a liability for you in relationships because you tend to put on those rose-colored glasses or stick your fingers in your ears and say, nah, I can't hear you, when people are trying to tell you what is going on. You just don't want to hear it. And that doesn't serve anyone. The higher message is the King of Cups. There could be many possibilities for this. It could mean that there is a mature water sign male, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, who is in your life. And maybe this person likes you, but you kind of have been indifferent to him because you are you have a different quote unquote type, or you just hopefully it's not, because sometimes what happens is if somebody is kind to a person, they automatically think that that person is pathetic. Like they think that, because they have low self-esteem, they might not realize it, but they're like very down on anyone who treats them well, which is pretty twisted. Hopefully you're not like that. But if you are, if there's somebody in your life who's really kind to you and is not trying to manipulate you, use you in any way, you might want to give that person a try if he has expressed interest in you and you have kind of blown him off in the past. The King of Cups can be a counselor. So for some, maybe like a marriage counselor or even like a general therapist if you talk about issues of relationship. If you have to make this choice or there's some kind of issue that you're kind of agonizing about, this person can possibly assist you in seeing things from a different perspective, since they are not, caught up in that situation personally. Sometimes it can be very helpful to have somebody who's not connected with a situation to bounce ideas off of, or just general insight that person can provide. What's coming in is a Page of Swords. This is the Spy card. So this can be about being very diligent in making sure, like, let's say somebody has come back into your life, Virgo, and you had issues with their truthfulness in the past. And they tell you certain things like, oh yeah, I'm still single, blah, blah, blah. And you look online and you kind of dig and you find out whether or not they're telling the truth. Because you don't want to, if a person has, proven to be untrustworthy, it's really foolish to just automatically believe them. It doesn't make you paranoid. And it's really about being aware of what's going on. The Moon card is right next to this card. The Moon card, especially in the challenge position, really showcasing that deluded tendencies. I think sometimes with the Moon, with this vibe or this energy, it's because the person is looking for love. And maybe when they grew up, they didn't feel loved. And so if there's anybody in their life who shows even the slightest hint of caring about them, all logic can go out the window. And Virgo is a very sensible sign in general, but you know how that goes. And the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a card of new beginnings because aces represent that. Oh, maybe this has to do with timing of your new moon, which you're an earth sign, so you're connected to Pentacles, Virgo, which is on September 14th. And also, not surprisingly to me, because of the synchronicity of the universe, that this is when Mercury turns direct. So all of these miscommunications, misunderstandings, revisitings of things, rethinking of things, that gets turned around at the new moon in Virgo. So this could be a time when you really feel that sense of resolution about something that maybe has been kind of turning around in your mind. By the way, by the time that happens, Venus will have turned direct on the 3rd of the month. So during Virgo season, we have 2 personal planets that go direct. So that provides greater clarity for you in your life. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings, or I even have a triple reading right now because they're full-length readings that if you buy them as a package, you can get a significant discount on. And if you like the astrology, I have a double astrology one, chart reading plus analysis, 2 hours in total for a special price, one analysis with the tarot, and then I have all 3. That's called the whole enchilada. The 2 that are the double astrology is called my deep dive reading, and I have standalone readings too. And you can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainandmoonastrology.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.